wrist rides are really important, because if you can't get your hooks in, if this guy's real turtle up tight, and Derek cannot get his legs in, but he does have room to get a hook in with his hand. He can get a near wrist or something. Okay, there's a hook. And he can start working the same move here, any type of movement, but you see he's controlled the hands, hooks up here too. Okay? So your hooks are not just your feet and legs, your hooks are also your arms and hands, everything like that. Okay, you may not always get your hooks in with your legs. We talk about your hooks, your feet, your legs, getting your hooks in. Your hooks are also your hands and arms, right? And a good way to get a guy's hook, or to get your hooks in on a guy, is to get his, like a near wrist ride, or a wrist ride in general. And so when Derek's just here in a kind of a wrestler's ride or a spiral ride type situation, if Jake is on elbows and knees, turtled up, can you be sure you come over here, so you can see this, guys, because there's a lot of action up here, okay?
Right over there.
Yeah, come on over here, because there's going to be a lot of work up here on this wrist. And so what Derek's going to do with his right hand on Jake's right wrist, he's just going to trap the wrist. Now don't grab it with your thumb, because your thumb will get in the way if you do. Meat hook it. Be sure you meat hook it. Don't do this. Meat hook it. And that way you can suck it tight to his body, okay? Now what we've done, we've taken away one of the legs of the table pretty much, haven't we? Okay, so there's his support base is gone. And even if you don't have an arm lock from here, if you wrist ride a guy and flatten him out, you can make life miserable, do something else to him too. Okay? But we want to get the arm lock here. Yeah, you start all kinds of cool stuff. So that wrist ride is really a good thing. I know what Derek's going to do is going to come working around all the way around to the outside here, and as he does that, it's hard to do slow, but you see what he did, okay? He spun around, pretty much a 360 on the guy, and he came around and he did a backroll style application of Juji Gatame. There you go. He's going to catch that off that wrist right off basically wrestler spirals, right? Now watch this. He's going to come all the way, now he's going to get up high, he's not going to stay on his knees. He's going to get all the way around in a circle, and keep watching his leg work here. Now see how his foot is here? He's trapping with his leg and foot Jake's head, and his back leg, can you, everybody stand up, come over here and see. His back leg is on the knee here. Come over here, you can see this on the knee. You guys see the camera? Come over here. Okay? He doesn't need to kick his leg over. He doesn't need to at all. He's basically sitting on Jake's shoulder. All right, can you see that? Now he's just going to roll back, drag the arm with him, and see how the legs are here? This is how he can finish. He traps him, okay? Just watch this. So he comes around, and watch how he does it.
Okay. Drop your elbow and push it into the inside of his bicep and tricep, and that gets him to dip his shoulder, but it also allows you to start torquing his arm free. Put a hand on his belt or his lower back, and then you pop up and put your weight on his chest so he doesn't start scrambling away. And then you take a step, so you can get one foot over. This one locks in place on his head, and then the other one catches right behind where his armpit is.
See how he's just sitting on his shoulder and that head there?
If you need to, you can post, okay? And really kind of sit on and carry your weight. And that way when I sit back at an angle, my knees pop up. If I sit straight back, I'm gonna have to jam this knee more. If I go back at an angle, it just all flows right into it.
Right. Guys, Derek's point made a good point here. When you're catching this guy on a wrist ride, you want to control that shoulder, and sometimes the element of pain or discomfort really does a lot of work for you, the kazushi. All right, so when he does this, when he chaps at it, he drives that elbow down, and that makes Jake's shoulder weaker, okay? And that allows now Derek to round that corner, shave that corner, and he gets to start working, rolling him back and catching. But at no time did Derek try to flop both legs over. I mean, you can, I suppose, but you don't need to. This is a pretty standard, old-fashioned approach to doing Juji Gatame with one knee in, one knee over. the guy is flat, it's even harder on him. So if the guy plays the old chicken game, you can do the exact same thing. Watch, exact same movement, except he's already down on the mat lower and you can catch him. So it's a really good method of catching a guy if he plays the old utsubuze, the flat out, belly down stuff. There you go. So both ways work. But we see a lot of guys get turtle, so let's do it from turtle to start. And if you want it, you want to play with the, work with the, when he's flat, do that flat. One more time, flat. It's the same thing, guys. Just catch the near wrist, trap it, meat hook it.
And if you're having issues catching the wrist when we're tight like this, put your hand in between his elbow and his body and just push up on the elbow that way. Don't try and dig under because that's why he's trapping that there. It's hard to dig under. Move his elbow, grab it, okay?
Now you got it, see that? Okay. Now he's just going to keep working around, and finish right there. If Derek tried to kick his right leg over, that might give Jake a chance to escape. We don't want to do that. We just want to keep him. I mean, he can work, but you see, it's not as strong as if he kept that other knee down there.
It gives him some space because you're doing that kind of around the merry-go-round or helicopter kind of thing where you're jumping around and you're having to, kick over like that.
Yeah.
And that moment between when your kick over lands and it's up in the air, that's a lot of space for him to get out.
Yeah, you want to keep things compact. We say tight, we don't mean tight in a bad way. We mean compact. So one more time when he's flat. It could be the same kneeling, but this flat's even better. But see here, now look at this, how this knee ends up right there. See that? And trapping. So it's a really efficient controlling method. Okay, let's try the first way where he's turtled up. You'll see that more often. And if you like that, then we can move on to when they're flat. Okay, let's go do it.